Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I wanted to share uncovering end-time prophecy regarding the return of Moses. So we see this in Malachi 4, okay? Many of us are familiar with Malachi 4. We're expecting a type and shadow this day, likely to be coming very soon, in some form of another. Okay. So let's read it. For behold, the day comes that shall burn as an oven, and the proud, ye, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that comes shall burn them up. Okay, we see this in the book of Enoch. We see this in the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 7. Says Yahuwah Tishva'av, that it shall leave them neither root or branch. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. Again, we see this in Enoch chapter 1 again. And you shall go forth and grow up as calves to the stall. And you shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day that I shall do this, says Yahuwah Tishva'av. Again, this is a confirmation of Wisdom of Solomon 3, verse 7. Now it says, this is interesting. Remember you the commandments of Moses my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb, I'm assuming that's Horeb, for all Yasharel, and with the commandments and judgments. Okay. So this is a future end time prophecy, and this takes us into rabbit holes of scripture. But one of the places it takes us, which is very specific, is Isaiah 8, 5 through 18, and we could probably go further. Another thing to do when you read Acts chapter 1, look for Moses in Acts chapter 1. It's pretty amazing. But let's look at Isaiah 8, 5 through 18, and this opens doors to rabbit holes of prophecy, which I have not written in my notes yet, but I'll get there eventually. It just doesn't end. But so we could see, so we're instructed in Malachi 4:4. Now, for those of you who are into numbers, double fours means God is speaking. So it's very interesting, surely no coincidence, when the Son of Man comes in the clouds, he will instruct Moses. This is an end-time prophecy, and we clearly see this in Isaiah 8, which is really interesting. Okay, so for those who have ears to hear, let them hear. For Yahuwah spoke also unto me, saying, for as much as this people refuses the waters of Shiloah that go softly, and rejoice in Rezin, and I'm not pronouncing these names right, and I haven't looked up the meaning of these names. I've done studies on this in my TI videos, but I'm not updated on it. So we could look up the meanings of these names, and we could get a better understanding of what this is talking about. Now therefore, behold, Yahuwah brings up upon them the waters of the river, strong and mighty, even the king of Asher and all his glory, and he shall come up over his channels and go over all the banks. Okay, this takes us into Daniel 9 territory. The end of them will be as a flood. We know the vast vortexes and rabbit holes of scripture talking about the floods, but really this brings us to Obadiah as well. That's probably the shortest, but we'll cover that. And he shall pass through you, Judah, and shall overflow and go over. He shall reach even onto the neck. Okay, the neck means our physical substance. And the stretching out of his wings shall fill the breadth of your land, O Emmanuel. Okay, so now we're getting into what was commanded unto Moses. Okay, and it's very sad. It's clearly seen in the scriptures. We even see it in Zechariah 3 or 4. Not everybody is going to follow Moses. We see this in the lost Psalms of David. So this kind of stands. I feel like this is an important scripture to read. Associate yourselves and you people, and you shall be broken in pieces. and give ear of far countries. Gird yourselves, and ye shall be broken in pieces. Gird yourselves, and ye shall be broken in pieces. Take counsel together, and it shall come to nothing. Speak the word, and it shall not stand, for El is with us. For Yahuwah spoke thus to me with a strong hand, and instructed me that I shall not walk in the way of this people. Okay, do you see Moses here? It's very clear. Say you not a conspiracy to all them to whom this people say a conspiracy. This is likely refers to the TI community, especially those coming into apostasy who secretly make pacts either with the deep state or with demons. It's pretty much the same thing. One of the things they're going to defend is gang stalking. And how do we defend gang stalking? They're crazy. This is just a conspiracy theory. It's not really happening, blah, blah, blah. But Yah puts the silent killer into the light. So this is at least one of the main facets this is talking about. Okay, so all you TIs we should be rejoicing and looking forward to this day when for the decree that God will command in the near future. Say you not a conspiracy to all them to whom this people say a conspiracy. A conspiracy, neither fear you their fear, nor be afraid. Sanctify Yahuwah Tishva'av himself, and let him be your fear, let him be your dread. And he shall be for a sanctuary, before a stone of stumbling, and for a rock of offense to both the houses of Yasharel, for a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And many among them shall stumble and fall and be broken. See, many will not follow Moses. Many will go against God. Many will conspire against the ways of God. Very sad. Many among them shall stumble, fall, and be broken, and be snared, and be taken. Bind up the testimony. Seal the Torah among my people. Okay. This is very interesting. Now, see if you could see an Acts 1:4 connection in Isaiah 8:17. And I will wait upon Yahuwah that hides his face from the house of Jacob. Okay, this takes us into the Book of Obadiah. To really understand what this is talking about, read the Book of Obadiah. It's one chapter. Okay, so those who are faithful to follow Messiah, as we read about in Zechariah 3 and 4, there will be for a sign and a wonder, likely the first fruits resurrection. We're going to endure a flood that the enemy brings to us. Okay? And what are we to do? Are we to freak out and go with the ways of man? No, we wait on Yahuwah. We wait on God. Okay? So we see this in Acts 1 verse 4. Really the Book of Obadiah. We see a facet of this as well. So really amazing connections. So we are commanded to stand with Moses and wait on Yahuwah. And I will wait upon Yahuwah that hides his face from the house of Jacob, and I will look for him. Behold, I and the children of Yahuwah has given me are for signs and for wonders. Okay, this takes us into Zechariah 3. Okay, check out the messianic promise of Zechariah 3. It's when Yahshua, the Messiah, gets crowned, pretty much gets healed by when the Son of Man comes in the clouds, and those who are faithful to him also get crowned, and they are made for signs and wonders, likely a first fruits resurrection. We see this in John chapter 1. They're given the right to be sons of God. Okay, signs and wonders in Yasharel for Yahuwah Tishva'av, which dwells in Mount Zion. So here we see, and we could keep reading on and on, but here we see a facet of Moses and what's coming soon. And I know I've said that 6 months ago, and but these days are coming soon. So really interesting. Okay, really interesting, amazing rabbit holes of prophecy that we could get into. that this covers. But, read Acts chapter 1. I've already taught on this, but read Acts chapter 1 and see if you could see Moses in Acts chapter 1. Really amazing stuff. Okay, guys, I pray this is a blessing. God bless you. All this stuff will be in the description box below.